Welcome, one and all. My name is Anna Lempriere, and I am a wayfinder. I work for the Cornwall Memory Cafe Network, supporting carers and people living with dementia to access services, make referrals, and really help them find a way to get more support. This is part of Disability Cornwall, and we've decided to create this podcast interviewing experts and people with lived experience on dementia to be able to share all sorts of interesting and informative and supportive information. So sit back and enjoy, and also share the podcast with your friends. It's relaxed and inclusive and welcoming, and thank you for listening. This is the Dementia Together Wayfinder podcast host, Anna Lempriere, and the amazing podcast, well, I say it's amazing, for the Cornwall Memory Cafe Network, a network of cafes across Cornwall with over 42 now, I believe, with so many carers and their loved ones accessing these amazing services run by volunteers. So this podcast really is to share information and education and inspiration to those listeners. We also have many professionals that tune in as well, and you get to all learn about different things that are going on out there, support that is out there across Cornwall. So today I'm really honoured to have the lovely Sophie Essex here. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for your time. I know we're all busy and Christmas is imminent.
Around the
So
corner.
yeah, I'd love to learn about your charity, Sophie, and the work that you do.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for having me on. So my name's Sophie, and I work for the social care charity Shared Lives Southwest. So we operate in Cornwall, Devon, and Somerset. We provide long-term, short-term placements for people with additional needs who just need a bit of help to live everyday healthy lives. And that can be for people who need support with learning disabilities, mental health, autism, dementia. We do foster transition. So when you get to that all-important 18th birthday, older adults, physical disabilities, and then parents with support needs as well.
Wow.
So a big mixed bag.
There's a lot. And when you say placement, what do you mean by that?
So we're a little different in that we recruit and train carers who then open up their own spare room to support an adult with additional needs. So if you were in a shared lives placement, you would be living inside your carer's family home in their spare room, and you might be taking part in activities and eating together. So our long-term placements, they can be years, so you can really become part of a family. And then our short-term respite care breaks, the carer will have someone for, on an hourly basis. You might go and spend a few hours with someone on respite care, or a couple of days at a time. But it is a little different. It's the way we kind of explain it is as adult fostering, which is the easiest way to think of it, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's then, that's fascinating. I had no idea that you existed and that service was out there. So let's look at it from two perspectives then. First of all, let's look at it as I have a loved one who is living with dementia. I need to go away. Perhaps I need a holiday, or perhaps there's an important family engagement that I need to be able to leave my loved one for, say, 5 days, and I can't get respite in any care homes. And I'm looking for a placement for my loved one for 5 days. What would I do then? How would we go about finding that, making that happen?
Okay, so the loved one could do a self-referral. So they could go onto our website, sharedlivesouthwest.org.uk, and fill out our referral form, or they could go through adult social care. to get a referral through them, or they can contact our Cornwall office on 01209 891 888, and we can
We'll
sort of
put
guide
all
them.
and
Yeah,
we'll
we can
put all
guide
of
you
that
through
in
the
the show
process.
notes.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think the best way would be to get in touch with the office and have a little chat about what would be best. But then you'd go through the referral process. We would look for a carer family, a short break carer family, or, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be family. It can be single people, whatever age, whatever gender. And you would go through a matching process. So you'd go for a cup of tea and you'd see if you gelled. And, you know, that process can be quite long because it might take a few visits to get to know someone and see if they're right. So then you are matched with a wonderful shared life carer. And then you'd go from there. You'd go and
Book the
have a
date
visit.
in, and
Yeah.
so if we're thinking about somebody that had dementia, that was living with that dementia, I would imagine when you're matching that you would be finding someone that would be quite available, that would have experience in that field.
Yeah, so our carers all have a really diverse range of skills and experiences. So it's really vital that we match the carer to the person supported, so that they're the most appropriate match. And we're a great service for mid-level care needs. So
Got you.
So that's what we're best for.
So mid-level wouldn't be it wouldn't be necessarily heavy on the personal care or toileting. It would be more keeping somebody company, cooking meals, etc. Maybe taking out or going out or doing nice things, that sort of thing.
That's exactly it. Yes.
Yeah.
Just being that presence and being with the person.
Yeah. Okay, this sounds incredible. And is this a free service?
No, so our carers do earn money. It's a paid role, and that will be facilitated by us because our carers are technically self-employed, and they receive pay through benefits, PIP, or through adult social care as well.
So you're saying that the person that would receive the placement, the person, the loved one, if you like, they would then pay a fee, would they?
Yeah, so we do have a self-funding limit, which I think is 23,700 in savings. And if you're above that, if you have any savings above that, you're self-funded. Otherwise, you are funded to receive your placement. But I might just add that I am the engagement officer for Shared Life Southwest, so I'm very qualified to go and talk to people and make connections. But we do have uniquely, we do have a dedicated funding and benefits team who can talk you through, funding available, how to fund your placement. Yeah, exactly. And that they are so on it with all of that. That's not my strong point.
Brilliant.
But
so what I'm hearing is that if you've got savings over 23,000, you would pay. You pay for it yourself. Otherwise, there's another aspect of your team where they would help the person work out how they would get that funding, but they would be entitled to the funding.
Because it's so nuanced and it's, everyone's case is completely different. It is best just to give us a ring, ask to speak to funding and benefits, and just to see what your situation would be.
Okay, so I'm just repeating a few things. You were saying as well that this person could refer themselves through the information that we're going to share in the show notes, but also a loved one could refer as well with the person's permission.
With permission.
With the carer. The carer could do it as well with their permission. Yeah.
Yeah, the unpaid carer, they can collaborate with the person who needs the support, and then go through adult social care or self-refer through our website.
Amazing. All right, so this is fantastic. I had no idea. I've been a wayfinder for now they're called dementia support worker, a dementia advisor. But all the time I've been a wayfinder, I've not heard about this, and I wish I had, because what an incredible service.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a lovely scheme.
How I would imagine it is imagining that you do get paired with somebody and, you know, you have a positive experience where the cared for person has 5 days with that paid carer. And then maybe every year they use the same person, or they get familiar and get to know each other, and then they have that
Absolutely.
relationship of support. Is that the kind of thing that
Yeah.
happens?
I mean, some of our long-term placements have been going on for years and years, like over 10
Wow.
years in some
Wow.
cases. And, you
Wow.
know, the whole point of the scheme is building connection. It's building community connection, but also making friends. And really, because it's all about really becoming part of that family dynamic and that feeling of relaxed trust. And it's about supporting someone in a safe and calm environment to sort of to achieve and just feel comfortable, which is what's
Mm.
important, really.
Yeah, so it
It's
doesn't feel like a sort of soulless transaction where you're going off to somewhere where you would feel potentially anyway that you might feel very lonely and
absolutely,
disconnected, but you're starting to make friends and build a
yeah,
broader support system.
absolutely. It's all about the relationship, and it's all about making connections between people. And that's why the cup of tea visit and the matching process is so important. Because if two people, you know, the carer and the person supported, don't gel, then there's no pressure. We'll just find
Find
another
someone
carer who you
else.
might gel with. Yeah. And it's
Yeah,
in, you know, we try and keep people in their local area as well, so that
great.
you're not having to travel
Yes.
great distances or be taken out of where you're comfortable.
Brilliant.
Um,
And I suppose as
yeah.
well, if then you're going out for the day or doing things together, shopping or going for a walk, that person knows their environment already if they're local.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, Sophie, so then my next question is to look at it from the other perspective. What if there are people out there that think, gosh, I would like to do that. I would like to
Ooh.
host and learn about it and potentially be a paid carer for somebody out there. What's the score with all of that then?
It's really exciting. So if there are people listening that think that, I would definitely encourage them to get in touch, or to go onto our website and go through the contact us page, using the drop down menu to say inquiry to become a carer. And we will send you an information pack and give you a call back as well to talk all things how to become a carer. We're on a bit of a recruitment drive at the moment. We've received funding
Okay.
through the ARF, to expand our services because we're really cost effective. Um,
Yeah,
it's a great service that people find really
really.
fulfilling on the care side, and then also the quality of care is outstanding, and it's literally outstanding, rated by CQC. Um,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
so if you
So,
are
so,
listening,
yeah, go on. If you're
yeah, if
listening,
you're listening and you think that, oh, I've got a bit of experience, I've got a spare room, because that's very essential for what we do. If you have a spare room, a bit of transferable, a few transferable skills, or you've been in social care before, or you've been an unpaid carer as well,
yeah,
and you want to open that up to becoming a shared lives carer, yeah, like I said, give us a ring, go through the inquiry form on our website.
brilliant.
We'd love to hear from you.
So can I ask, would that carer have like, would they have a DBS check? Would they have any kind of public liability insurance, or are they insured under your insurance? Do they need to be a first aider? Any of these things?
Yeah, so I believe DBS, first aid, and public liability insurance are essential, but
Right.
that's all talked through it through the application process. So the first thing you need
Amazing.
to think: do I have a spare room? Do I have a bit of? Do I want to care? Do I want to, give back to the community? Yes, I do. That's the first step. That's all you need to inquire about it, and then you'll be talked through the process. You're given training, really comprehensive training, to
Wow.
get you up to speed to be a shared lives carer. And that's all
Oh
provided
my
by us.
goodness me, that sounds incredible. Well, look, people out there listening, what a lovely thing to be able to give back to the community, to really feel that you can broaden your network, make a difference to somebody's life, and potentially earn some money doing something really wonderful.
Absolutely, yeah. So our long-term carers, they obviously pay is on banding, but you could be earning from 420, sorry, to £670 a week as a long-term carer. Obviously depending on the situation. And we do say that we can't guarantee a placement. You know, we
Yeah.
can't guarantee as a carer that you're straight away going to be earning that much, but um it's possible, very possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're nearly coming to the end now. And the reason why we connected and I found out about you, thankfully, was because you're running this thing called the 12 Days of Christmas, and you've got all these different people, experts. I don't know. Tell us about your 12 Days of Christmas and how
Okay.
people might listen to that, find that in the world.
Fantastic. Well, as Shared Lives, we've decided this Christmas to release a video every single day, all the way up to the 24th, 25th of December. And that's to sort of showcase our carer families, the people who use our service as well, the office teams. Our CEO, Dom, does a video. And then also we've used it as an excuse to go and get into contact with all those amazing charities and groups in Cornwall, as well as Devon as well. So I've been to visit Shalal, who are a creative group in Falmouth. Shalal, that was awesome. That was an excellent video. Alzheimer's Society Cornwall did us a wonderful video. Active Plus, veterans and education. The Integrated Admiral Nurse Service did a fantastic video as well. And it's been just amazing to see all of the incredible people out there in Cornwall and to collaborate with them really on this project. But you can watch our videos at our YouTube channel, which hopefully we'll link below the video.
Yes.
And we'll be releasing them every single day on social media, on our Facebook and our Instagram. Just as a bit of Christmas fun, really. Just a bit of cheer.
Really nice. Yeah. Really, really lovely. Wow, Sophie. Well, that has been so informative, inspirational. It really gives me hope that there are all these incredible charities and services across Cornwall. And the reason why we do this podcast and the reason why you're doing your 12 days really is to get the information out there so that people know what's out there for them to access. So bless you. I hope you have a good Christmas if you're celebrating it. And all the information for the listeners, your website, your telephone number, and how they can get in contact will be in the show notes. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Anna. That's been great to talk about it all. Have a wonderful Christmas too.
Cheers.
Bye.
This video was produced by Discover Voices, part of Disability Cornwall and Isles of Scilly. To check out all of our content, simply search Discover Voices on YouTube.